Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Today we have Commander cards. We don't have the entire deck, but we do have some of the new cards and some of the reprinted cards from Sliver Swarm Commander. So, before we get started, don't forget comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It helps keep the channel sponsor free. I do appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into it. First off, let's look at 3 easy reprints in the set. For Sliver Swarm, we have Stitcher, Giraffe, 2 blue and 3 for the 3/4 for a blue and 2. Each player mills 3 cards. You can exile 2 creature cards this way from your graveyard. Create a XX blue zombie creature token where X is the total power of the cards exiled. Okay, but not so great. We have the glorious Factor Fiction. Love the art on it. If you guys didn't play back in the day, this was a highly played card. Blue and 3, reveal top 5 cards in your library. Opponent separates them into 2 piles, and you pick one. And finally, Body Double. This uncommon for a blue and 4 enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard. So it tends to make me think there might be a little bit of milling going on here because we have Giraffe, who likes to mill. We have Body Double. And also we have Factor Fiction, which puts cards in the graveyard and your hand. So that's what we're going to go with to start with. So let's take a look at some of the newer cards from Sliver Swarm. We're going to start it off with Carpacious Sliver. Red and 3 for this rare. It's a 3/3. Slivers you control have, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, exile top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. That's a pretty sweet sliver, I'm not going to lie. Next we have Hatchery Sliver, a green and 1 for a 2/2 with Replicate 1 and a green. So those of you who don't remember, Replicate is when you cast a spell, you may copy it for each time you've paid the replication cost. And it also says each Sliver spell you cast has Replicate. The Replicate cost is equal to its mana cost. So basically, if you've got 6 mana, you can make 3 2/2s of this card, and once you have this on the battlefield, you can just go ham with everything else. I mean, who wouldn't want to replicate your mana sliver? Yeah. So, next, moving on, we have Lazatep Sliver. Callback to Amonkhet. Black and 3 for this 4/4. Good rate. Sliver creatures you have Afflict 2. That is, whenever the creature with Afflict 2 becomes blocked, defending player still loses 2 life even though they blocked the creature. Whenever a non-token sliver you control dies, you get to amass 2 slivers. So now we have not only a mass army, we have a mass orcs. Now we have a mass slivers. That is sweet. That means killing them won't stop them. And this is really cool. It's kind of interesting to see them put all the mechanics that we've really seen so far into sliver cards, especially in this deck. I think it's going to make these cards and these decks very popular. Next we have For the Ancestors. Very interesting. I don't see any slivers on there unless all these legs are hiding one. Anyway, green and 2 instant. Choose a creature type. Slivers. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of those cards of the chosen type from among them. Put the revealed cards in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. And it has flashback of green and 3. This is a great draw spell for when you start get short on cards in any kind of deck. Plus, it has flashback. I think this is going to be a very popular card and a card that a lot of creature decks are going to want in Commander, just in general, because, I mean, if you hit 2 cards off of it for 3 mana, you've already got way more than you've got it on rate. If you get to flash it back, that's still free. Like, it's just all upside here. All right, next we have Descendants Fury. Very interesting. It's a bunch of dragons and not slivers, but whatever. Red and 3 enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice one of them. If you do, reveal cards top of your library until you reveal a creature card that shares a creature type with the sacrificed creature. Put that card on the battlefield, the rest of the bottom in random order. This is an amazing enchantment. This is honestly almost like, I hate to say it, this not really like it, but it's kind of like Cascade, except you have to sack a creature once you punch it through. But the cool thing about it, you can lay a lot of cheap slivers, and maybe you filter into a cheaper one as well, or maybe you flip over, I don't know, Sliver Queen. Like, there's lots of things going on here, and this is going to be one way to get a lot of bigger, sweeter slivers onto the battlefield, especially if the opponent can't block them all. Because more often than not, they're going to try to block the biggest, nastiest thing, and when that little 1/1 gets through that you paid 1 or 2 mana for, and you turn it into a 5-casting Sliver Hive or whatever, it's going to be ugly quick. Also, this is going to be great in all kinds of mono creature decks. I don't think it's a big thing in Commander, but hey, anything's possible, something like this. Moving on. Next we have Regal Sliver. We have a white and 3 for this 3/3. Sliver creatures you control, when this creature enters the battlefield, slivers you control get +1/+1 in a turn. If you're the Monarch, otherwise you become the Monarch. So this is an amazing card that lets you just be the Monarch constantly, or just pumps the whole team for big bams. Big slams. There we go. This is pretty good. It's interesting that's in white. I'm going to assume that's because of the whole Monarch theory. But yeah, good card. I like it a lot. Let me dial something back real quick. I just had this run through my head while I was thinking about Descendants Fury. I can't say this enough, and if someone out there wants to build this deck, or brainstorm with me, or if you guys want me to build this deck, I will. Imagine Descendants Fury with an Eldrazi Commander deck. I know what you're saying. You know, you got to have something in there for red. Hey, why don't we just use Changelings who can be Eldrazi because they're Changelings, like the 7/7, what's his name, and has every mana color on him, so you can play red, and then the rest of the deck's all Eldrazi. Start flipping over things like Ulamog and Kolazek, and from, sacrificing your 1/1 unblockable Changeling. Oh, God, it's just disgusting. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. All right, so back to Sliver Swarm. We have Taunting Sliver, blue and 3 for this 3/3. Slivers you control have, when this creature enters the battlefield, go target creature an opponent controls. I mean, it's fine, I guess. I mean, so if you goad somebody, they can't attack you, they have to attack somebody. But it is pretty cool that you can just keep flipping, this onto the battle. And it does say enter the battlefield, not cast. So, you can do some blinking, you can take things out of the graveyard, put tokens or whatever. Goad's not been as good of a mechanic in Commander as it once was, but I mean, the right kind of Sliver deck, this may be something. Next we have Titan of Lejara, Creature Illusion. Very interesting. 2 blue and 4 for this 6/6, right on rate. And when it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. Sliver. Titan of Lejara is the chosen type in addition to other types. That's pretty cool. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may draw a card for each other creature you control that shares a creature type with it. If you do, discard a card. Wow, is that good. So if you attack with this and draw 3, you still only discard 1, so that's pretty sweet. This looks like a good card. I don't think it's gonna see. I mean, it's gonna see some play. I don't think it's gonna make the big boom booms that everybody might want. But in like a Sliver deck or whatever, yeah. And mainly because the biggest drawback to this card probably is the fact that it's blue. And maybe I'm wrong. Hit me up in the comment section about some blue decks that are heavily creature based that would want something 6-drop like this. I still think it's a good card. I think it's cool. I think it will see play because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd stick it in something. That's what he said. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Rukamol Biologist. So you can see there's a Sliver sitting there, and in the background. This is the Painbow, one of every color, Wooburg. 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, choose creature type, Slivers. Slivers you control and non-token creatures you control are the chosen type, in addition to their other creature types. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. 3 colorless tap, make a 1/1 colorless Sliver creature token. Very interesting. This could make Sliver decks use other things like knights or goblins, rats. I don't know. The possibilities are endless of the kind of shenanigans you could pull off, because it says Slivers you control and non-token creatures you control are the chosen type. So if your whole deck's mainly Slivers, once you play this and it's your commander, like, it doesn't matter if you have stuff in your deck that's not slivers. Guess what? It's slivers now. Or if you have stuff in your deck you want your slivers to be, everything is whatever it is, and they're also slivers. So, pretty cool. I like the effect. I like the ability. Neat little Painbow card as a mythic. And can I point out the fact that this completely reminds me of aliens with them all bottled up, like face huggers. And this definitely reminds me of some creepy scientist who thinks they can weaponize this little fella who's probably going to end the entire human race once it goes and face hugs and then reproduces and chest bursts. Anyway, I like aliens. What can I say? So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. That's all we've got for today. This is Sliver Swarm Deck. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, Gen Con's coming up. We got a lot of other good videos coming. And as always, till next time, be kind, and hope to see you across from the game table.